points I'm trying to get across. And one of my points is, if you come in here with a smaller light, I mean, I might want to light this up at this shutter speed that you're seeing right here, because I'm getting, the window looks nice, and that's going to take quite a bit of power, all right? And if you have that power, you're going to be able to take this photo in one lighting frame and move to your next photo. And I think that's so amazingly powerful, because you're getting just one frame and you start getting into these big houses and these big spaces. And so I remember what I did here, and I'm not necessarily following my own advice, where I'm checking my the shutter speed I want to shoot at, and I might shoot at about this shutter speed for my flash frames. You guys know how I usually check the ambient and see how it looks, and I try and get the window where I want it in my ambient frame, just to sort of, I'm checking it out as I take these couple ambient frames. And then I say, oh, that's probably a little bit too light, it's going on the window, and so I might want to keep my shutter speed at something like this. And why don't we go check it, just so we know. It was at 1/160 and I'm at f8, so that's pretty powerful little shutter speed there. It's really bright out there. So, and I probably ended up flashing at that. Let me just check. Let me just double check that I did. And yeah, I'm at 1. I see, even I know I guessed right, so I'm at 1/160. All right, so I ended up flashing, and you can see that difference that makes there. Let's go back. This is the 1/160, so you can see what happens when you add the flash. So this is without flash, and this is with flash. Okay, now you can sort of tame this down a little bit, right? But you can see how much light I'm able to add with my, big Rove light, right? And the modern day version of this would be the Explore 600, okay, if you wanted to buy the same thing. Okay, so this question came up. Somebody asked me on Facebook the other day, and you see this back here is getting a little bit, some people might think there's a little shadow right there, but I'm telling you, in so many cases in these big spaces with these tall ceilings, you're going to be able to just sort of flash a little behind you and to the left or to the right or whatever it might happen to be. And by the way, I take off my frosted diffuser when I do this, right? Because I want a little bit more control. I want to shoot it straight up to the ceiling without it spraying around and creating hard shadows and with things like this. So I usually take off my frosted diffuser and just try and aim the light a little bit back away from the scene and sort of up into the ceiling, and maybe off to the left or off to the right. It sort of depends. But in this case, I maybe should have tried to shoot it a little bit off to the right and above me, and maybe on the wall on the right, because that would have maybe been a little bit more natural with the lighting. But this is just a starting point, right? And you're going to get to see a few examples. Now, I'm trying to get at you guys right here, like this is pretty much done, right? You can go ahead and take an ambient frame and maybe mix it up a little bit, okay? And we might do that. But I did come over here and I got a little bit darker flash frame, because I was feeling like maybe this one was a little bit unnatural. So I got a little bit darker flash frame, and then I came over here, and I'm not sure what was going on here. I'm not sure. Maybe my flash wasn't firing, so I'll just get rid of these just for confusion. That's confusing. I flashed this, and then I flashed over here because I was feeling like maybe I need a little bit of light over there. This was sort of the home run space in this home, so I maybe just feeling like I better get a little bit of light over there. But I really do feel like you guys could deliver this photo right here with a little bit of ambient brushed in. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll see if you do want to do this. We'll go ahead and see what that looks like. But you can see what I'm doing there. I'm just feeling like I'm not really getting light back here, even though I do personally feel like it's fine, like as I look at this right now. So I just wanted to make sure I had that option, and so I got this frame, and it looks like I got one more, but I don't think I needed that. I didn't need that, so I was just messing around back there. I think this one looks fine, so we'll go ahead and delete those just so we know to use that one. So why don't we go ahead and jump in and edit this, okay? So we got our flash frame. I think the bright one is fine, all right? I don't know why, if I had to do this now, and we're gonna bring in an ambient. I might need to pump this ambient up a little bit because it's a little bit on the dark side. And then we're gonna go ahead and we'll bring this one in. But like I'm saying, the point of this lesson is a lot of times you don't even really need this frame over here, like an extra flash frame. You just get a bunch of light in there, and it sort of gets in the crevicey areas in the farther ends of the photo, in my opinion. It gets in there enough, you know. You can do little dodging and burning and stuff and get it to where it's good enough. So we're gonna hop through this pretty quick because we've done this so many times. We got our 3 documents in here, and as you can see, I layered the flash, the one where I sort of got that background. I got a little bit of light on that background, but I'm still contending to you guys, I really didn't need to do this. I'm gonna try and show you what I mean by that. And I have the ambient laid on top of that. That might just be if I want a little bit of flavor, of natural flavor, okay? If I want a little bit, that's usually what we do with Flambient, right? We maybe lay a little bit of natural flavor on there. And this is my flash frame. It's feeling pretty flashy, all right? So now you could, like I was saying, let me just try and show you. I can already sort of foresee it's not gonna look perfect, but you know, I got a little dodge action here where I'm just gonna play this, and it's gonna give me a dodge layer. And I got a brush here, and you could just sort of brush this in, you know, back here, just lighten it up a little bit. And this is something I would recommend to you guys. You know, you're just gonna get this shot in one frame, and you're already ready to deliver, right? And you might want to grab an ambient too, as most of us do, and you can sort of see what this is looking like. As you guys have seen a million times, you can see what it's looking like on luminosity. Just see sort of where it looks good. You know, you can toggle that on and off, and just see where you like it or where you don't like it. And I mean, there's, you know, we don't look too much in here at sort of using a luminosity mask for this, but you see what's going on there. But what we can also do is play with the opacity here and just see what we like with that. And that's another way to deal with that.